Now, today, we're going to be talking about Rodney King, the psyop slash the mockery of quote unquote black people by the numbers. Now, first and foremost, allow me to get some things off of my chest now that I have a platform to speak. Now, I'm going to say a word and I want you to think about things that are associated with this term black history. Now, when you hear that term black history, who do you think about? What do you think about? Now, I want to point out to you that the people or persons that came to your mind first are people that have been beaten, people that have been assassinated, groups of people that have been whipped, treated inhumane, people that have been boule members that decided to sell us out a long time ago. These are the people that's associated with black history. Look at the trauma that's being fed to us and we eat it up. And we associate that with black history. So now you're going to see why they created this story, this character of Rodney King, and gave it to you. So they can always remind you of the trauma that you should always endure and you should never let go. Every February, we're going to remind you of your black history that we gave to you. But come on, right? Because if we talk about Rodney King was one of the agents that took part in creating this illusion to create the trauma of the black community. Right? Now, the reason why I call him an agent is because at the time that he got quote unquote beat, he was 25 years old. Then when he passed away at the age of 47. Just like agent equals 25 and 47 in gematria. Now, if you don't understand what you're looking at, this is the practice of gematria, turning letters into their numerical value. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, so on and so forth. And this is what's going on in the mainstream media right under your nose. These events are being scripted. These people are being handpicked, chosen, selected. These are willing participants in manufacturing your black history as you know it, as it's being taught to you. Everything you have been taught has been a lie. And it has been manufactured based on numerology. But come on. Right? With that number 47. Now we know that 47 pertains to the government, as there is 47 degrees in the Masonic compass, right? Osama bin Laden, White House, the cabal, two parties, Republican and Democrat. Just to let you know, they're two sides of the same coin. President, authority, framework, and government all equal 47. Rodney King was a government psychological operation. For one, to split the people up, to split the American people in half. Black man killed by, or excuse me, not killed in this instance, right? Black man beat by white police. How many times have we seen a story like that go mainstream for the world to see? These things are being manufactured for a reason. They want you to see these things. Nothing goes mainstream by accident. right? So for one, they want to create the racial tension, the racial division in America. Two, so they can have something to always bring up. You know, that month that they gave you, February Black History Month. So now they can bring back all these characters to you and put you back in your place to remind you of the trauma. And then last but not least, of course, monetary gain. These people, it's people out here that are willing to sell you out for a quick dollar. They'll do anything just to have a slice of the pie. But come on, with that number 47. Because Rodney King was beat 47 weeks after his birthday. Like I told you, everything is surrounded around these people's birthdays. Right? Even the location of his birth and the location of that beating. Sacramento, California, Los Angeles, California equals 211, which is the 47th prime number. He was given a biography. He was given a name. And he was given a script. All to create the trauma. All to assist in creating the trauma of the black community. But come on with that number 211. Now it's interesting that the word Mason also equals 211 in Latin/Jewish. That word speaks for itself as to why this cipher is important. 211, once again, is the 47th prime number. Now, that Mason word is very interesting in this situation because the day that Rodney King got beat was March 3rd, 3/3, on a day leaving 303 days remaining in the year when he was beat by the LAPD. When LAPD equals 33, police equals 33, order, secrecy, masonry, and false flag all equal 33. And it happened to happen on this day. These are manufactured events that you're looking at. It's no different than a movie. The movie look real good, don't it? It look real believable, don't it? What make you think they can't do something like this in real life? Come on, man. They doing it. Right? Even the location of his death had Mason synchronicities, right? Rialto, California equals 137 in reverse, as does government. When 137 is the 33rd prime number. And remember that name, that word government is important to Rodney King because remember, he died at the age of 47 in Rialto, California. So we get the government synchronicity. This was a government plant. This was not a real person. Rodney King was a plant. As you're going to see most of the black leaders that have been given to you, handpicked to you, I'm going to be working on that as we proceed into the month, the most mockery month out of the year. We are approaching February, so do expect me to what's the word? Disarm every last one of these imposters. But come on. Right? Now let's get into the mockery. Why they gave you the character Rodney King. This is what they're doing behind closed doors, the things that you don't understand. Right? Because Rodney King synchronizes right up with the word nigger. With 148, and once again, that Latin/Jewish. Once again. Now, that synchronicity is interesting because his manufactured bio, he was born on 4/2. Just like nigger equals 42. And a couple other things equal 42 as well. KSI, the 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 famous black YouTuber, right? Martin, as in Martin Lawrence, as in Martin Luther King, right? More importantly, with Martin, right? Martin in the show, Martin, he actually lived in apartment 42, right? Slavery equals 42. Aaliyah, Big Sean, once again, February, Black History Month equals 42. Tuskegee, as in the Tuskegee experiment, where a bunch of black men were being used as guinea pigs and then died from syphilis that was being injected into them. Malcolm X equals 42. LeBron James and Dwayne Wade all equal 42. Just to say the least. Just a few off the top of my head. It's way more than that though. But come on, right? Now this is very interesting because Rodney King also got beat 4 weeks and 2 days before his upcoming birthday. Also 30 days before his upcoming birthday. Just like nigger equals 42 and 30. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is nothing but a script to mock you. It's nothing but a script to mock you and play off of your intelligence. Right? Now, what's so interesting, right? Because we know that Rodney King got beat in LA. Now, the Los Angeles Lakers actually played that same night at home, where they lost that game and stayed on 42 wins. Just like Lakers equals 42. And then they went on to score 95 points when Los Angeles Lakers equals 95. And even if we look at the Houston Rockets got their 33rd win on March 3rd, 3/3, the same day that Rodney King gets beat by the LAPD, which equals 33. He got beat by the police, which equals 33 on a day leaving, 303 days remaining. Come on, man. Everything is scripted from the entertainment to the sports to the mainstream media. It's all by the numbers. It's all by the numbers. You're not seeing these things by mistake. We don't all know who these people are by accident. They make sure of it. But come on. Right? Continuing that N-word, man, with black person in our black history. Even our black history is being mocked right in front of our faces. Black history equals 181 when 181 is the 42nd prime number. Man, come on, man. Even the first quote-unquote black president that, once again, they package to him real nice. We gonna get a light skin, package him up real nice, make him look real presentable. We not gonna throw no dark skin nigga. Oh, hell no. We ain't gonna throw no nigga that look like Tyrone in this bitch. We gonna get a nigga that look like Stephen Curry, and we gonna see what we can do with that. But Barack Hussein Obama II, even his fabricated name, because his real name was Barry Soratora, or whatever, however you say his name, right? But even the name that they gave him equals 181, which is the 42nd prime number. And what's interesting, right, with his name synchronizing with black person also equals 44, in which he was our 44th president. Everybody they give you. Everybody. Nobody sliding through the cracks. Nobody. Everybody they give you is manufactured. Everything you have learned is a lie. right? Now, Rodney King died 21 years and 3 months after the day that he got beat by the LAPD, right? When death equals 213 and racism equals 213. Now, this is very interesting. So let's dive in on that number 213. Jeffrey Dahmer lived in apartment 213, where he killed majority black people. Well, once again, death equals 213 and racism equals 213. Chadwick Boseman was born 213 weeks after the death of Jackie Robinson. When we know that Chadwick Boseman played Jackie Robinson in the movie 42, when Jackie wore the number 42, when Jackie equals 42, and even they killed Chadwick Boseman at the age of 42 years old. Man, come on, man. You can't make this stuff up, man. And then pay attention to how they tell you that he was the Black Panther star. All of these things, man, all of these people, all of these characters are being brought to you, mocked, and taken away, all by the numbers. Right? Racial slur sprayed on LeBron James' house. It's tough being black in America, he says. Now, this news comes out on June 1st, right? They sprayed the N-word on his house, right? Whoever they was, whoever got in his gated community, we never heard of him, though. Oh, yeah, that's what they wanted to do. They didn't want to break in his house and steal everything in it. They just wanted to spray the N-word and walk away, right? But June 1st happened to leave 213 days remaining, just like racism. These are rituals that they're putting these puppets through. I hope you understand that. He probably sprayed it on his own damn house just to go through the ritual, right? But we understand that LeBron James also equals 42. And he even shows you with this big, bright blue hat with the number 42 right on it, as he condemned Kyrie Irving for saying, well, he actually didn't say anything. All he did was tweet out a link to a movie that said Hebrews to Negroes. But we can see how they prop their biggest puppets to try to get everybody else back in line. This is what they do to these people. These people are not stand-up men. None of these people in Hollywood, none of these people in Hollywood entertainment, none of them are stand-up men. They will sell you out in a heartbeat. All for their monetary gain. These are members of the boule that they are propping up, and these are supposed to be our leaders. They're going to lead you to a burning building. Ain't that what Martin Luther King said? Damn, that's crazy. But anyway, look at how just look at how goofy this stuff is, right? Back to the Rodney King situation. Do you know that the group of LAPD officers that was whooping on Rodney King, quote unquote, they said that they was led by a sergeant by the name of Coon. This shit is damn near comical. It's damn near comical. All this nigger numerology in this Rodney King situation. And the officer last name is Coon. A white man named Coon. I'll be damned. But you know what's so crazy though? Because if we actually take the real spelling of Coon, Rodney King died at 47, just like Coon equals 47 in the English language forwards. C being the third letter, O being the 15th, N being the 14th. And we happen to actually get 47 with the word Coon. So his whole character, this is a character that you're looking at. He played his role and then he disappeared. This is what they do. They play the role that they was put here to play. They go through the motions, and then they leave. They leave by the same numbers, by the same mockery. This is what they do to these people. But come on. Right? Now, Rodney King passed away 10 weeks and 6 days after his birthday. Just like Black equals 106. His whole thing was about him being a black man. The day he got beat, the day he died, the day he was born, everything is surrounded around black, N-word, African American, everything. This is a whole ritual. Probably wasn't even his real name. It was probably a fake biography that they gave him so it would line up with everything that they're about to do with him. But Black equals 106. Doesn't a bell like start ringing with Black equaling 106? You know, just like 106 in Park that we used to watch on Black entertainment television. Yes, everything, and I do mean everything, is scripted by the numbers. Right? Rodney King died 21 years and 106 days after the day he got beat by the LAPD. When LAPD equals 21 and Black equals 106. Right? Now, the year that all of this transpired, right? Breaking down the date numerology, March 3rd and April 2nd. We both have the number 6, right? If you add both of those up. So obviously, if we take the year, we get the same exact numerology from the day that he got beat in 1991 and his birthday in 1991. We both get 116, just like Black person and African American. Now it's interesting that we actually it's interesting that the news, when they played the footage back about this African American, the time that they did it, the time that it happens to have a screenshot in Google is at 11:16 when they show this. You know, just like Black person and African American. So they're letting you know they know these things. They know these things and they operate off of it. Right? Because it's also interesting that we just celebrated Martin Luther King Day on the 16th of January. Once again, just like Black person and African American. You know, usually we celebrate it on the 15th, but you know, the way, you know, the days on this year, it happens to be, you know, it's always celebrated on a Monday, you know, the third Monday. But, you know, this year it happens to be January 16th. So we also celebrated Martin Luther King Day on 1/16. Right? Now, once again, June 17th, 2012, the day that Rodney King died, was 289 days before his next birthday. Just like African American equals 289 in the English language in reverse. A is 26, Z is 1 in this cipher. Everything about this character was removed off of this numerology dealing with Black people and African Americans, N-words, racial slurs, everything. Everything you could think of, even coon. They even took him out on the word coon. Even had the damn police officer, the damn sergeant last name was Coon. Man, come on, man. Man, come on. I don't see, if you can watch this and not understand what's going on, I really don't know. I really don't know what to tell you. But come on, man. Right? Because even in his bio, Rodney Glenn King was an African American man who was a victim of police brutality. Right? I put the wrong screenshot here. I meant to highlight African American who was a victim of police brutality. And it's just interesting that police brutality and African American happen to have the same numerology. When police brutality that's dealing with African American men are the stories that are pushed to us the most when we're dealing with police brutality. Interesting. Now, Rodney King had a famous phrase that he actually fucked up. Right? If you watch it, he says, "Can we all get along?" But of course, the mainstream media, he fucked up his lines. He wasn't supposed to say it that way. Right? So the mainstream media even lets you know that he said it wrong because they purposely misquote him. And they say, "Can't we all just get along?" Right? Which is interesting because it syncs right up with police brutality. And this is where this statement was made out of response to the police brutality that he went through. So the mainstream media, even though he said it wrong, they still quoted it right in the headlines to let you know that it is indeed by the numbers. Now, what's also interesting with police brutality is the head sergeant, the sergeant that led those officers, right? Sergeant Stacy Coon equals 217, just like police brutality, forwards and backwards. What's the odds of that? Right? Now, if we take the day that Rodney King was born, April 2nd, 1965, to the day that he got beat, we get a span of 311 months, which is the number for dishonesty. 311. Now, 311 in reflection is 113. Remember, the place that he was born and the place that he got beat, Los Angeles, California, both equal 113. Everything about this character is dishonesty. This is a psyop. 113 is the 30th prime number, right? Keep in mind, this number stems from the day that he got beat by the police. Now, 113 is the 30th prime number. Just like police and the N-word. Wow, look at that synchronicity. Would you look at that? Wow, interesting. But come on. Right? Once again, this fake character that they gave him, a fake name to line up with everything else that occurred. Rodney Glenn King, his full name, Rodney Glenn King equals 65 when he was born in the year 65. And the day that he also died, June 17th, right? In other words, written 17/6. Rodney King's death was ruled accidental drowning when accidental drowning equals 176. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? The fact that he was at his own house and he drowned in his own pool, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the guy that can go through getting his ass whooped by 4 police officers can't fucking swim. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. When he drowned in his own pool. What the hell you got a damn pool for if you can't swim? But once again, the way he comes in by the numbers, that's the way he's going to leave is by the numbers. This whole character was formed by the numbers. And that's the way they're going to take him out.
Appreciate you, Ken Folk.
But that's all we got for this video, man. Appreciate y'all for the love. Appreciate y'all for the support.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.